Hey everyone, Crazy Jimmy here. Big news here. We hit 1,000 subs. So really, thank you so much. Thank you. Wouldn't have hit that without you guys and gals. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I do this for the fun of it and for pleasure. And, I love talking about and showing records. And, it's not this is not a monetary thing for me. This is just a side hobby from my real job. But, it's always nice to see, the participation and, the reach. So, let's keep growing it and getting the word out. I have a hell of a lot more here. I've been kind of focusing a lot on the stuff I recently get. And I really need to start digging into the collection, and stuff that I've had for years and years and years that you haven't even seen yet. So I know I keep teasing that, but I've got to get to that. Hopefully, in the next week or so, I'll put together some videos on, what's here, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, thank you very much. Let's jump right into it. I got a few things here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is Dave Flaming, Goodnight Crew. Not a terribly expensive private press. You don't see them every day, but when you do, they don't break the bank. Pretty cool label right there. I love private press labels, I really do, especially when they're cool. But yeah, this is exactly what you think it is. It's, singer-songwriter, folk, a little bit of country, roots music as well, but definitely folk. But yeah, it's done right. It's done well by good old Dave. So check that one out. See where I'm going to put these today. I'll do that. Next up is a tax scam record, power pop classic in the tax scam realm. I might have already shown this, and I apologize if I did. I think I might have. But John Scoggins, Press for Time, fantastic, really good. There's a couple filler tracks on here, but the majority of it, especially side A, is phenomenal. Came with a little letter by John, and that's why I think I remember I showed this. But this is on Tiger Lily, a.k.a. Roulette Records, a.k.a. Levy, who was a complete scam artist. Next up, a couple from a buddy of mine on Instagram, Flying Circus, Prepared in Peace. Just phenomenal, birds-like, country rock, but it's very chiming. It's got the Birds vibe, and it's on Harvest Records. All their early records, all their early output is really good. I need to pick up their other records, but they're not easy to get because this is an Australian band, so a lot of this stuff is not in the States. So when it does pop up, and you don't want to pay, the extra shipping to buy it in Australia, then you got to jump on it. But yeah, if you're a Birds fan, country rock fan as well, a little bit of Popsike thrown in there for good measure. Those three comboed together, you will love the Flying Circus. Next up, from the same gentleman on Instagram, is Greg Quill and the Country Radio, Fleetwood Plain. Right there. This is Greg's first album. And there he is with his Country Radio fellas. Australian again, and it's on Harvest, which you've all seen that label. But immaculate condition this is. I think this was released in 69 or maybe 1970. I could be wrong, but it's very early. It's very old, and the laminate is near perfect. It's just a beautiful condition record. So thank you very much, Booch. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is good. It's got some progressive elements, got some pop psych, got some country rock in there, kind of all thrown in a blender, and done the Greg Quill way, which is the right way. Next up is a double, so I've got one for sale, a top copy for sale. This is Proclaim Presents Sweet Revival. Really good record here that falls in the country and folk side of things, but there's a little bit of pop psych in there too. So, but it's mostly really good folk music, and it's a private press on this pretty generic yellow label, but the songwriting's really good. And you know what's really good is the sound stage on this. The bass is unbelievable. It just rumbles the whole house when it's playing. The sound stage on this record for a private press is like, it's like a major label hot stamper. I mean, it sounds phenomenal. So check that one out. If you're interested, reach out. I've got a copy online, and I can cut you a deal. Speaking of psychedelic, this is very psych. This is Bobby Calendar, Rainbow. This is about as psych as it gets, but it's kind of like a concept album. It's, you know, the same thread all the way through, but on the MGM label there. But yeah, this is definitely Bobby's most psych record, and you know, something to meditate to. There's vocals. It's just really good. They're very hushed vocals, and there's a lot of psych moves on this. So there's some treated vocals, some a little bit of fuzz. But yeah, I think you know, if you like psychedelic music, this is definitely something you need to own, and it's not expensive. We call that cheap heat. Next up, a Christian folk album, but a really good one. This is Majesty, and the label it's on, private press label, is Primitive Sound, maybe, and it's hard to read it. It's the type is really funky, so I'm not sure what that says. But this is featuring Chris Hughes and Jeff Spiller, who have put out some other Christian rock albums, but this is, you know, if you like more of the folk and roots side of things, Americana side of things, I think Majesty will suit your taste. So check that one out. Here's a great private press in the folk, country, roots, Americana arena. This is Spiritwood, and you'll see the couple there, and male-female vocals, but really good harmonizing. They harmonize really well together. This is on Tannery Dune Records. Pretty cool label, private press label we like to see. But yeah, this is definitely cheap heat. You can get a sealed copy for like $25, so you know, check that one out. I think it's also in the Acid Archives as well, so that doesn't hurt. Next, I got a double spill here for Happy and Artie Trom. This is the duo's first two albums, 1970, 1971 on Capitol. This one's on the green Capitol label, and this one is on the red. Now, what's special about these is, first of all, they're super cheap heat. But if you love the band and you love a little bit of Dylan, but specifically the band, I think you'll find a lot to love with these Happy and Artie Trom records, for sure. And these are the first two. I think the next one that was released by the duo was like in 1980 or something, so I didn't grab that. But yeah, super killer. All right, next up, this is amazing. Pick this up from 40 Fines. He has two more left that are sealed. This is not cheap heat, but it's not gonna break the bank. You gotta check this out. This is unbelievable. This is Sonsone and McDonald with Linda Hankey, and Linda really doesn't do much but harmonize, so you don't even know she's there. Country Life and My Wife. Now I'm wondering if she's if this is like a polygamous type of deal. I don't know. But yeah, it's on a private press label there. But this is, Lance from Permanent Records waxes on with this one on Discogs. You can read his review there. But this is a phenomenal private press. If you love the Byrds, you owe it to yourself to get this. Especially the Byrds' earlier, 60s albums, not the country rock Byrds, but prior to that, the folk rock Byrds with the chiming 12-string guitar. The first side of this is mellower and it's very chiming. Really good songwriting. And then side 2, there's some Psych elements going on, some backward guitar, tape loops. There's a song called The King, which has echo and reverb on it, and it's super psychedelic. Just phenomenal private press. Probably it's going to be in my top 25, I think, for sure, for private presses. Now, the funny thing is, this was in the Acid Archives Edition 1, so the very first book this was in. But Edition 2, they removed it. So if you have Edition 1, this will be in the Acid Archives. But yeah, Sonsone and McDonald with Linda Hankey, Country Life, and my wife. Check that one out. You will not be disappointed. If you like it, reach out to Forney Finds, and he'll cut you a deal offline. But he has 2 sealed copies left. Great guy to deal with, by the way. Next up, UK album I picked up from Taro in Japan. Thank you, Taro. Thoughts in Words, which is actually a Birds song, and it's on Liberty. And yeah, if you think this sounds like the Birds, Morning Sky, the first song on this, dead ringer for the Birds, folk rock sound. So check that out. But then the rest of it's kind of folk rock and a little bit of Popsike thrown in, but it's acoustic folk as well. But it's so good. The harmonies are amazing. This reminds me of Honey Bus. So Pete Dello and Honey Bus. So Honey Bus is kind of like a Beach Boys, Beatles type of sound, and that's what this has. But throw the Birds in there as well, of course. But yeah, Thoughts and Words, phenomenal album, and it is rising in price, but it's not where it should be yet. You know, this is going to be a $300 record someday, I think, but it's not even close to that right now. So check it out while it's still, can be had for under $100. Depending on condition, maybe a little over 100 if you get a great condition item. Next up is a country rock, country Americana roots album with some jazz thrown in for good measure. So this is Jim Spencer, Second Look, his second album, 1973, I believe. His first one was 71, called Landscapes. I think this is just as good, if not better. He went on he kind of changed his name into a band name, Major Arcana, for a 1976 release, which I don't have, but has an amazing cover. But yeah, this is, if you like country folk, country rock, and some jazz elements thrown in there, you will really love this. And it's cheap. It's not going to break the bank. You're looking at $20 to $30 depending on the condition. If it's sealed, maybe $50. Yeah, Jim Spencer. Everything that Jim Spencer's done is phenomenal. It's in the Acid Archives as well. So check that one out. This next one was a big want for me that I traded for. I traded a Damon and the Criterions for this. This is Rick Penta, Hit the Road, 1977. And that cover is so cool. But looking at the cover, you'd think it's a private press with roots music, and it's not. This is on the Jewel label, and this is in the vein of George Harrison and the Beatles. That singer-songwriter sound going on, but definitely directed towards the Beatles. Rick was a big Beatles fan. Of course, saw him on the Ed Sullivan Show, and the rest was history. Wanted to be a musician. But yeah, huge Lennon fan as well. Did a song after the assassination of Lennon called Dreams in 1982, which was for Lennon. I think he wrote it in 80, but came out in 82 on a 45. This is from 77, 8 tracks. It's a short album, but every track on it is really good, especially if you're a Beatles guy or a Harrison Lennon guy, or gal. But yeah, Rick Penta, Hit the Road. Next up, picked up from my buddy out in Wisconsin. This is Beau, Beau, Creation. So yeah, if you're a Donovan fan, this is, you'd be all over this. There's some Popsike going on here as well, some acoustic folk. This is the Cool Dandelion label. Two members from the band Tractor are on this as well and help out Bo. But yeah, just a wonderful singer-songwriter album in that Donovan vein. A little bit of Dylan in there, but without the vocals from Dylan. But yeah, this is... I've got Bo's self-titled as well, which I'll show in another video. This one here is the second one, Creation 1971, I want to say, on Dandelion. So check that one out. Next up, picked up a UK, a vintage UK press. This is the second press. They pulled the first UK press immediately because of, I think there was like an error. Or they wanted to get it out on the Butterfly label, maybe. That's what it was. But so very few of the first one were pressed, and this one came right out soon after. Always wanted to hear the UK press. I heard really good things about it, so picked that one up. Haven't heard it yet, though. This is a private press by Fair, Yates, and Betchart. I hope I pronounced that right. It's called Spirits. Pretty good AOR, 70s AOR, we'll call it. The label's going to be hard to see. It's got like a little EKG signal going through it. Black and silver color. It's on Broken Records. But yeah, this is pretty cheap. But yeah, check it out if you like it. You can pick one up pretty cheap, maybe 15, 20 bucks. But yeah, it's got some a little bit of indie rock going through it as well, but AOR indie rock for sure, in the 70s kind of variety. So not bad stuff right there. This one here is very cheap but very good acoustic folk. Bill Hames, hope I pronounced that right, Bill. And the label's really cool. It's got a cool horseshoe there. USA is the name of the album. And boy, does he have a cool handlebar mustache. Super cool. It's like, kind of spins around a little bit. He had to work on that one. But yeah, you can pick this one up for $5. So why not? Alright, we got a few more here. This is Bob Martin's second album. So he released his first one, which I've showed in a video like last year. His 1972 album. Forgot the name of it, but this is Bob Martin's second one, Last Chance Rider. And he did this one 10 years after, in 1982. But don't be thrown off by the release date. This is phenomenal. It sounds very 70s. There's a little bit of everything on here. There's a little bit of the band. There's a little bit of Bruce Springsteen's early 70s output. There's a little bit of Todd Rundgren, his solo piano work from the early 70s. Who am I missing? There's so much. It's like name that. Oh, Black Crowes. I swear the Black Crowes took a riff for Hard to Handle off of here. I don't know, but there's a track on here that sounds just like the riff from Hard to Handle, which is insane to me. I think it's called Give Me One Good Reason Not to Go is the song. But yeah, this is phenomenal. This is actually just as good, if not better, than his first from 10 years prior. And these can be had pretty cheap as well. So check out that by Bob Martin. Next up, pick this one up from Taro in Japan. This is the Sweet Magnolia Band. And originally I thought it was going to be a Grateful Dead-ish type of thing. But no, it's very band-like. So if you love the band, check out that label there. What is this label? Lard Bucket Records. But yeah, this is so band-like. It's so good. It kind of takes off where the Brown album from the band left off, and kind of goes from there. But phenomenal album. I think there's one track on here that will remind you of like American Beauty-esque Grateful Dead, but the rest of it brought to mind the band, like vintage the band. So this is definitely something you need if you love the band. And a couple more. We've got awesome singer-songwriter album by Bill Sharkey, WFJS the Fourth, and it's a private press, but he's got a hype sticker on there, which is so cool. It's For You, which is a phenomenal song. This is on Cystic Records, right there. But yeah, this is killer. I mean, his vocals are awesome. Kind of reminds me of what the Sparks vocals, but down an octave or two. That's what his vocal reminds me of. Kind of Freddie Mercury-ish too, but just really good, really controlled, and it fits the singer-songwriter vibe on this as well. This was released in 1978, and I believe he also put out a 1980 album called Motion, I think. But yeah, this is really good. Check that out. And last but not least, an album that I might have showed prior, I don't remember, but I re-listened to it, and my God, I think I undersold it if I showed it prior. Maybe I didn't, but this is Bear, Greetings Children of Paradise. And by the way, the Greetings Children of Paradise was the band name before they changed it to Bear. So it's on Verve Forecast. And my God, this Boston band, they lump them in with the Bosstown sound, but this is something else entirely. And I think a band member from this, the main songwriter and singer, went on to form Tidbit, which also had a tax scam release done on them. But this is one of my favorite Bosstown or Boston bands of that time period. This is that good. I really slept on it, but not anymore. A lot of piano led tracks on here, which is great. I love that. Has a early Todd Rundgren vibe on some of the songs. But yeah, this is just, it really took me by surprise on how good it is. Definitely psychedelic, but of the pop psych variety. But it's not bubblegum. It's not cheesy at all. Just phenomenal. This gets the highest recommendation from me. So pick up one of these. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to break the bank. The Bear, Greetings Children of Paradise. You've got to get this album, or at the very least, listen to it. Anyways, that's it. That's everything. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you all. Thanks for getting me to 1,000 subs. Let's get to 2. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.